Yee. Lil Brunson back at you with the back at you, and I am the best reporting on the Eagles. Do y'all understand who we dealing with? Do y'all really understand who we dealing with? Listen, so it's reports that have been coming out that Jeffrey Lurie hasn't been happy with the offense since after the Cowboys game, and in a nutshell, it hasn't gotten any better. It's actually got this is dreadful. The offense is dreadful. You know what I'm saying? So Jeffrey Lurie is starting to look into these things, and I think things could get really, really sticky for, you know, a lot of these guys coming down the stretch, man, as far as coaches go. And listen, now is the part where people start to hone in on how this team is preparing, because there's no way in the world that this team should be coming out flat, averaging 5 points a half in the first half, averaging 5 points. There's no way. I'm trying to tell you guys right now, that is offensive play calling. That's your first 15. A lot of teams run 15 scripted plays in the beginning of a game. This is your first 15 scripted plays not doing anything for you. You see what I'm saying? The plays that you run in the beginning of a football game typically are the plays that you worked on really hard in practice that week. You should know these plays, which is why they're scripted. They're not doing nothing for us. Y'all got to understand who we dealing with, man. We dealing with, or what entity we dealing with. Because you just can't pinpoint this on one person. We dealing with an entity or a person who is going to play the veteran player regardless. Now let me explain. We all know there's no way, shape, form, or fashion that Jason Peters should be playing as much as he's playing. Dudes were literally speed walking and power walking past Jason Peters yesterday. I watched the game again. Jason Peters was getting beat to the point to where he shouldn't be starting the next game. And for Doug Peterson to come out here and tell us this to our face, that Jason Peters is his starting left tackle, shouldn't come to no surprises, you guys. This is what this organization does. Doug Peterson, Howie Roseman, and Jim Schwartz are probably the worst tandem to win a Super Bowl if you think about it. If you think about it, it's starting to look that way. Now, they can always turn this stuff around, but I'll explain. Howie Roseman, this is Howie Roseman's method. Instead of spending money or making a big splash in free agency, I'm so surprised he did it with Slay, though. Instead of spending money and making a big splash in free agency, he'd rather go after a player who was with the organization before. Somebody who I guess I don't know, he likes these people personally, and he keeps bringing them back. I.e. Vinny Curry, i.e. Darren Sproles kept him around for the longest amount of time. You see what I'm saying? They brought back Jalen Mills. Yes, Jalen Mills was supposed to be probably gone last year. Brung back Corey Clement, was probably supposed to be gone. You see what I'm saying? Brung back McLeod, even though McLeod is not a bad player for us. You know what I'm saying? Brung back Darby on a 1-year deal. Brung back Nelson Aguilar on a 1-year deal. This is what this team is. And now they've brung back Jordan Howard to the practice squad. This is who this team is. They will bring you back. As long as you come and you don't do anything crazy like performance enhancement drugs or DUI, they will bring you back. You could be trash. You could be over the hill. You could have 5 good games left in you. The Philadelphia Eagles will bring you back, and they will value you over the young talent, which is ultimately the Achilles heel for this football team. Had we not been decimated by injuries, Boston Scott would have never got a shot. Boston Scott is playing so good, in my opinion. So good. Boston Scott, he's gotten better. Boston Scott is playing so good, in my opinion, that Boston Scott is going to be out of here getting the deal next year. Boston Scott is running with purpose, but we're not running the ball. You see that? We're not running the ball. Now, I don't know if this is the only way that I can justify the lack of running for the Philadelphia Eagles. Are we trying to run the ball in the way that we can't justify how much Miles Sanders is supposed to get paid? Are we trying to do that? Think about it. If Miles Sanders don't have the stats, which he should have if we use them more, if Miles Sanders don't have these stats, like 700 rushing yards, 700 receiving yards, he's that type of guy, then you can't pay him Kamara money. You can't, because you can't justify it, because he don't have the stats to back it up. Now, if you utilize Miles Sanders, if you utilize him how you're supposed to utilize him, you're looking at a guy who could be one of the top paid running backs in the game. Aaron Rodgers, if you swap Aaron Jones out with Miles Sanders don't lose a beat in Green Bay. Doesn't lose a beat at all. That offense don't lose a step. Miles Sanders is that type of guy, that type of threat. Scat backs with a little bit of power, just enough power, great hands. He's that guy. But we are not, well, he dropped a couple passes, so we're not going to say he got the hands as Jones got, but he's that guy. In his second year, he's proven to be that guy. Why are we not, listen, this team should be a run-first offense. You saw it. You saw it. You all saw it with your own eyes. We are reverting back to old ways. We are not playing to the strengths of the football team. We're doing it to ourselves. We're doing it to ourselves. Carson Wentz's mistakes are his mistakes to own, but it's being magnified by the poor play of the overall offense. Play calling is a big part of the offense. The safety, why are you running on the 2-yard line? Why are you running right there? Why are you running on the opposite 2? Why are you running backed up like that? It doesn't make sense. The play calling is bananas. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. I talked quite a bit about the read option on the 3rd and 7. Just a bonehead play. With Carson Wentz in the game, come on. Bonehead play. Bonehead play. You know what I'm saying? And the organization, quite frankly, man, this is an aha moment. They got what they got. We're getting what we deserve. We're getting what we deserve. Think about it. We're getting what we deserve. Look at how bad the drafting has been lately. Not to take you guys down a dreadful, trip down memory lane, but really think about it. Really think about the position we put ourselves in. Not drafting Hollywood Brown, not drafting DK Metcalf, not drafting Justin Jefferson. Now, I like the Jalen Reagor pick, but look at what Justin Jefferson is doing. We don't hit on drafts. We don't have the proper coaches to coach the talent that we have. We are a bad football team. But somebody explain this to me. How are we still in first place of the division? How are we still in first place of the division? So the other team, all the other teams that won last week and we lost in our division, how are we still number 1 in the division? You know what I'm saying? I'm not here to come down on the Redskins, the Cowboys, or the Giants. I'm here to ask them to look in the mirror the same way we got to look in the mirror. They might be a little more used to it than us, but just look in the mirror. Look in the mirror right now. You're still looking up, hoping we lose next week or hoping you win again. The division is trash. The division is trash. We're playing the worst football, yet we're still in first place in this division. With an optimum chance to go out here and pull up an upset on Monday night at home. One thing Doug Peterson is right about, he's going to see who's with him and who's against him. He's going to see it. This is the chance of a lifetime to turn this thing around with a win against Seattle. Now, listen, I'm not trying to get you hyped up, but you got to go out there to play to win the game. You got to go out there to play to win the game. You could knock Seattle off. You could. I promise you turn this around 70% if you could knock Seattle off. But this is why I think that we are doomed from the beginning. Why I think we won't knock Seattle off. Because Doug Peterson is not going to put the right personnel on the field, i.e. Jordan Mailata, and a cohesive offensive line that's going to be able to give Carson Wentz time. He's not going to stick to the run and implement rollout plays that plays into Carson Wentz's game plan. Who doesn't do that? Who doesn't do that? It's like basketball, bro. It's like basketball. You want your center in the paint to give the tall guy the easiest opportunity to make an easy bucket because he got the height advantage. Why are we not using Carson Wentz's advantages? Why are we trying to turn him into something that he not? Why? He ain't a pocket passer. Roll him outside where he dangerous. Get him comfortable. But see, we don't do things like that. We don't make it comfortable for him. We wait till we have a second string quarterback in the game and we want to make it comfortable for them. But in turn, everybody else in the National Football League is making the game comfortable for their first string quarterback. Playing to the strengths. You know why Carson Wentz is a starting quarterback in the NFL? because there's other guys who don't have the same skill set as him. They're not as good as him outside the pocket. They can't throw sidearm throws. They can't make dynamic passes. They don't got the heart. Doug Peterson is playing against Carson Wentz, and it's almost sad to see at this point. But like I said, one win turns it around. Look at how good the Cowboys feel. Look at how good the Redskins feel. We need to be able to see who's with this team and who's not with this team. We got a lot of old guys who on one-year deals. They got to be gone. You got to kind of wipe the slate clean, and you got to build around Carson Wentz and Miles Sanders on the offensive side of the ball. Jeffrey's got to go. He's basically taking up a valuable spot from a young, hungry guy like Hightower. I don't even think Jeffrey got a catch yet. But we're so loyal to these older guys that they walk right back into their spots after not being productive in them for a couple years now. Listen, man, a lot of stuff got to change with the organization, and my next couple of videos is going to be a good wake-up call for Eagles Nation. It is. Next Wednesday I'm gonna be on Bad Dog Show. We're gonna do another roundtable. The records are so close. It's gonna be good to hear from other fellow content creators on other teams. It's gonna be lit. You know what I'm saying? Hey man, the winner of the weekly pick'em, get with me so I can get this bread to you, man. You already know the vibes. Lil Brunson back at you with the back at you, and I'm the best reporter on the week.